So we all know by now that I'm trying to get through my physical TBR as soon as possible, and these are the books that I'm going to prioritise by the end of the year. Hope you enjoy. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I have here all of the books that I want to read by the end of the year. This is not including my like autumn fall TBR because I do want to do that as like a separate video. So these are the ones that aren't necessarily... That has actually just tipped me over the edge. I cannot do this today. Got there in the end, didn't we? So these are not including the autumnal ones that I want to leave on my autumn TBR. This is just everything that isn't really related to autumn that I would like to read by the end of the year. But I'm not wasting any time. We're going to get straight into it. The first one being the X Vows. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. From everyone that's read it, it's literally been like a 5 or 6 star read for them. So obviously I need to get involved. But I believe it is about 2 exes and they go to a best friend's wedding and they rekindle, and obviously everything sort of happens. But everything that I've heard about this book is literally right up my street, so I'm very excited to read this one. I would have liked to have read it in summer. I would have probably liked to read all of these in like the summery or like spring months, but gotta do what you gotta do. The next one is The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry. This is basically about a single mum who's trying to navigate parenthood on her own and trying to make ends meet, and then a rock star who stumbles into the bar that she manages, or I don't know if she owns it or manages it. Okay, so she's a bartender at the bar and he stumbles in and then they get to talking and stuff like that, but it's obviously going to be a book about like loss, pain, grief. Probably a sad one, but hopefully really, really good. I've been looking forward to this for a long time because I haven't actually heard anyone read it or haven't really heard any reviews. So I'm hoping that this is good. The only person that I know in real life that's read this is my friend Marley, and she said that it was good. So I trust her and I can't wait. I then have Caught Up by Liz Tomford. This is the 3rd book in the Windy City series, which is Mile High, The Right Move, Caught Up, Play Along, and there's more to come actually from where these came from. This follows Kai and Miller, and as I said, 3rd in the series. This one focuses on more like a baseball kind of thing. After reading The Right Move and rating it a 5 star, I'm so excited to get into this series again. This one was sort of hinted throughout The Right Move, and I was like, I can't wait to read this book, so I will definitely read this soon. Now this is really a random choice, but I'm gonna go with it because by rights it's one of the most like OG book talk books ever, but The Spanish Love Deception. The reason, and the only reason behind me wanting to finish it by the end of the year, is because I actually started it and I got 72 pages in and haven't finished it. So I think how nice would it be to just knock it off my TBR and get it done, and the 70 odd pages that I did read I did enjoy, so can't complain at that. But I'd like to get this done and off of my Goodreads by the end of the year. The next one is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. Abby Jimenez has become, I always say it, one of my favourite authors recently. I've read Yours Truly and like That Universe, Part of Your World, Just for the Summer and stuff like that, but I am yet to read The Friend Zone and that little series. I need an Abby Jimenez book in my life. I feel like this is one that I have been looking forward to for a really, really long time. And I feel like it's about time that I delve back into her writing, because I feel like I haven't really read her writing since like May. So I'm missing it and I need to get back into this. This one's probably my most anticipated read as of right now, and that is A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. Ashley Poston is just known for her magical realism, bringing books to life, adding in a sprinkle of, I almost want to say paranormal, but not really, sort of like that magical kind of vibe without making it a fantastical world. Like it's still very much in real life, but just a sprinkle of magical realism, believe it or not, just a sprinkle of magic in there. And her writing, I've only read The 7-Year Slip, I haven't read The Dead Romantics yet, but I loved The 7-Year Slip and I can't wait to read more books along those lines. So this is definitely up there for one of my most anticipated reads right now, so I'm going to be reading this very, very soon. I then have Addicted for Now. This is the 3rd book in the Addicted Calloway series. I've read the first 2, this is number 3, and I have become, believe it or not, addicted to that series, because how can you not be? I love the characters, I love the world, and I'm most excited for Kiss the Sky, which is the next book, but obviously I need to finish the like addicted portion first. But I'm really, really excited to just get back into this series. It's one of them ones where you're literally reading, it feels like you're reading about your friends, and they just feel like real people. It's so raw, so real, and you get to have that little bit of insight on their day-to-day lives and stuff. Like nothing actually really happens, I'll be so real, but in the best way. Like you're just that obsessed with the characters that you just don't care, you just read about them all day. I felt like even when the books was over, I was like, I need more of this, which is why I cannot wait to continue the series. I then have Read Between the Lines, which is a sapphic romance. This is about a bookstore owner and I believe an author, and they kind of sort of fall in love, but then things happen and then the bookstore is at risk of shutting down. This is what I've heard. I again want to go into it a little bit blind, but I believe that is like the main premise of the book. but I believe that they start up like an online relationship. But I don't think each other know who each other are because she goes under a pen name, which I think is really, really cool. So I'm excited to read this one. It's fairly short as well, so it should be a quick read, but I've heard nothing but good things about this as well, so that is good. This is the one that I actually bought for Ellen off of her wish list, and she read it in a video and said that it was good, so I'm excited to read it myself. Then we have Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I am a love-hate for Ali Hazelwood. I loved The Love Hypothesis, I kind of enjoyed Love on the Brain, and I kind of enjoyed Love Theoretically. Those are the three that I've read by her so far, but I haven't read Check a Mate, Bride, or Not in Love, so all of them I do want to read at some point, but this one is probably the one that sparks my interest the most, mainly because the cover is just so cute and I love it. I feel like Ali Hazelwood is a very obviously well-known and loved author, but for me it was like I either loved it or I just didn't really feel much towards it, so I'm hoping that this is going to be another one that I love. I've heard that this is more of a spicier version, even though her books are quite spicy anyway. This is probably the most spicy from what I've heard, so I'll probably enjoy it. I then have Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. This is a basketball romance book, as well as the rest of the series as well. This is one that I would have liked to have read even like last year, but I just haven't got round to it, and I feel like I was waiting for the perfect time to read it. I am a basketball wag, as you all know by now, so I need a time when his basketball season comes back in and I can sit at his training sessions or at one of his games and read this book, because I feel like that would be the perfect vibe. Hearing like the balls bounce on the court, the shoe scuffles, and reading this book is just gonna, it's like reading ambiance but like basketball edition, and that's what I need, so I'm gonna wait until the season starts up again. The next one is Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. In the last week or so I have just finished Keeping 13. I think this is the next one. Yeah, it's the next one, and I'm really excited for Joey's world and Joey's books, especially getting to know Aoife a little bit more as well, so this is definitely up there. Obviously I can't say too much about this one because it is the third in the series, but very, very excited to read this one. They are very long and I am a little bit terrified, but this one seems to be just over 600 pages, and in this series that's short, so I'm not going to complain. And lastly, on my physical TBR, because I do have a couple that I don't own yet, I have The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This is the author of Fourth Wing, and this is another one that my friend Marley read and said that if you compiled every single thing that she liked in a book and sprinkled it in there, it would be this book. She rated it like infinity stars, absolutely loved it. She's obsessed with like Captain America and Peggy and stuff, so I think she said that it reminded her of that, if I'm correct, and just like the pure vibes of it and stuff, so I'm very, very excited. The minute she said she loved it, like this has been like on my radar for a while, but the minute she said she loved it, I said that I wanted to read it. And what did she do? She delivered it to her house, and then I was staying around her house that night and she went, I've got you a present, and it was that book. So it says, a gift from Marley. These are all my favourite tropes in a book. I hope you love it as much as I do, from Marley. So Marley, I hope I love it too. I will let you know, but so good. I cannot wait. So I do also have a couple more written down that I haven't got the physical copies of. For example, The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden. One of my goals towards the end of the year is to stop starting series and continue on or finish series. The Housemaid is Watching is, I think, the final installment in the Housemaid series, and I'm yet to read it. I loved the first two books, so I'm excited to delve into that one. I just haven't got round to it yet. Obviously it's a thriller, so I'm hoping towards like the October-y, November time will be for that. We also have Daydream by Hannah Grace. As I'm filming this, it actually isn't out yet. I think it's literally out this week as I'm filming this, but it should be out by the time I upload this video. So I'm very, very excited to read that one. As I said, loved that series, and this will be the third book. So we have Icebreaker and Wildfire. We have Daydream as well. And lastly, we have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, which is the second book in the Rosehill series, which is, the first one is Wild Love. And I'm so excited for that because I love Elsie Silver so much. But that is everything for today's video. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up and let me know what's on your end of year TBR. But I love you guys lots, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!